Hi there. Welcome to Answers About Alzheimer's. My name is Debra, and I have been teaching this stuff for, oh my gosh, about 20 years now. I can't believe I'm saying that. But I'm a Certified Master Dementia Strategist. I've got many certifications. And, I kept taking all these trainings after trainings after trainings after trainings after trainings. And I kind of would always leave thinking, all right, where's the stuff I'm going to use to get somebody to get in the shower who has dementia? Where are the tips and tricks to get them to take their medications? When my person with dementia is completely out of control, yelling, screaming, swearing, calling me all kinds of horrible names, making me get out of their house, how can I calm them down without making them feel worse? How can I get them in the car to get to the doctor's appointment? How can I get them to change their clothes or their Depends when they're stinky and dirty and smelly? And how? How do I get them to go to bed when they're trying to exit seek and they're looking to go home? How do I redirect them into an activity? Because everybody seems to suggest that. Redirect to an activity, redirect to an activity. But how do you do that? What is a good activity? How do you end an activity successfully so they don't feel like crap if it's too hard for them? It's our fault. It's our fault. We need to have techniques. We have to have ideas and training. We have to know what we're doing. It's not their fault. Nothing is their fault. We always tend to blame the person with dementia. But how can you blame a person who actually has brain damage? How can we blame them for the way they act or say inappropriate things? How can we blame them when they have brain damage? So it's our fault. It's our fault. But it's not our fault because we don't have the training and the skills, right? So how do we overcome this? Because sorry, not sorry, it is our fault. We are the ones in control. A person with dementia has no control. It is our fault that we get into an argument because we are the ones that allow this argument to continue. A person with dementia can't make that cognitive choice. So sorry, not sorry. It's our fault. But it's not our fault because we don't have the skills or the training. It's like saying, here, go perform open heart surgery on somebody and you have no skills at all, no training, but it is your fault if they die from the surgery, right? It doesn't make sense. So all that's lacking are skills. All that's lacking is training. But we have to get ahead of this dementia thing, right? Because dementia destroys our relationships. And not just your relationship with your person with dementia. It can destroy your relationship with your spouse and your children and your grandchildren. It's like a domino effect. It affects everybody involved in the family. So we have to get ahead of it. So it isn't their fault. It's our fault. It's our fault because we're trying to take care of someone with no skills, with no techniques, with no scripts, right? So it is our fault, unfortunately, but it's also not our fault because we're trying to attempt to do a very big job with no training. So it is our fault, but it's not our fault, but it is our fault. So whose fault is it? I guess it's everybody's fault, but it's most definitely not the person with dementia's fault. That we have to stop doing. We have to stop pointing the finger and saying, they're pushing my buttons. They're doing it on purpose. They're just lazy. They don't want to. Why don't they? Why can't they? They should. They shouldn't. That has to stop. We're the ones. We have to carry the load. And it's not easy. And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. but we have to make sense out of it. So how do we do that? Well, I have a ton of YouTube videos, and you can watch them and watching them and watching them and watch for hours and hours and hours. And yes, you're going to pick up some really good tips. And yes, it will make a difference for you here and there. But if you want really big changes, that means you really have to create those skills. You have to create those skills. Listen, you're suffering. You're angry. You're frustrated. You're sick of not having a life. Everybody's angry all the time. Everybody's frustrated. It's hothead. I get it. I do. I really do. You're trying so hard to get them in the shower. You're telling them that you're just there to help. We all just want to help. But saying that we want to help just upsets them even more, doesn't it? I don't need your help. I don't want your help. It doesn't work. What we need to learn is just how to word things differently. We just need to change our language skills, our approach, we kind of have to change almost everything. And I can show you how to do that. I can show you. Some of my tips would be that you need to build up their self-esteem. They have to feel like they're included, that they're part of the gang, right? We all want to be part of a gang, loved, cared for, and we all want to feel independent, like we're in charge of ourselves. We've wanted that since we were a little kid. All we wanted to do was grow up and have all these responsibilities. And we wanted to grow up so we would be heard, only to get so old that nobody listens to you at all. Your opinion isn't valued anymore. No one cares what you think. They don't care what you say. We as daughters, we're only trying to help, and we come in and we bulldoze and we have our own agenda. We got to get in and out. We have other shit to do. We go in and we got to get this done and get that done. And all that does is overwhelm the person with dementia, and it makes them feel like they're not independent anymore. But we're trying to keep them independent, right? But that's not how it's perceived to the person with dementia. They take offense to things that most people wouldn't take offensively. So I can show you in so many different ways. You can watch these YouTube videos. You can pick up some tips and tricks. You can get my book, Forget Me Not. Many people have hundreds of people actually have had so much success with this. This is a #1 bestseller. It's a fantastic book. You can share this with your friends. In fact, my wonderful, wonderful TikTok family, they decided to create a movement with this book. And what they do is they buy 2 copies. They keep one for themselves and they give one as a gift. And they give it to a gift to either a family, an individual, a nursing home, a doctor's office, a memory care unit. And they say, listen, I'm going to give you this book under the condition that you buy one and you give a copy to someone else, because we're spreading a movement. These are new modern strategies. These are new modern dementia techniques that work face to face to a person with dementia. Face to face. So, sorry, not sorry. It is your fault. It is. We're the ones that don't have brain damage, so it's our fault. I'm going to show you how to not get sucked into an argument with a person with dementia, because we know that's their superpower. They can suck us into an argument so quickly and so easily. It is definitely their superpower. It's like they're a magical fairy and poof, they can just suck us right in there. But I can teach you how to not do that. I can teach you how to bring a person with dementia, bring their anger down. I can teach you how to get your life back to some degree, right? To a livable degree, to a calm degree. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that just be absolutely wonderful to get some of that peace and quiet back? Yeah. So I don't mean to point fingers at you. I don't mean to point fingers at me, but we really have to be realistic here, right? It's not their fault. We kind of want it to be their fault because they have brain damage and they're driving us crazy, but really we're the ones that have to be in control and we have to take control, but we can't let them know that we're doing that, right? So it's a balancing act. I can show you how to take control without them feeling like they're out of control. I can teach you how to take control while making them feel like they're actually in control. Yeah. And when someone feels like they're in control, they're not going to have the behaviors. They're not going to have the behaviors. So I hope you join me in my course. Get the book. There's links down below. There's links all over. If you want to find me, you can find me. You can find me. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you take care of all of this, just like I have hundreds, if not thousands of others' families. So dementia sucks. It sucks bad. It's hard. It's really, really hard. It's stressful. And I want to help you. So join me. And I hope that we talk in person soon. Have a great day.